Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to my wardrobe. So we are here in this unusual setting because I am sharing with you how I can fit 2 weeks worth of holidays in one single carry-on bag and how to do so without sacrificing neither style or comfort. So basically how to be a perfect traveling minimalist. And how I structured the video, I will first discuss what are my general rules when it comes to packing. So what are those things that I follow to help me pack more efficiently, and then I will share with you everything that I will bring with me, from clothes to shoes to bags, and I also share what is inside my toiletry and my handbag. I will not share with you what underwear I'm wearing because that I think that you don't need to see that, and it's a little bit of a given that you will bring underwear with you. I don't think you need me to tell you that. So without further ado, let's get started. Before, there are some general guidelines or rules that I do follow to plan a very practical and effective luggage. First of all, I do sit down and try to understand what are the main activities I'm going to do. So if I'm spending a lot of time at the beach, if I'm spending time with family, if I have like special events like a wedding, baptism or these kind of things, because of course your clothes will be different depending on what activities you're going to do. Secondly, I also try to understand what is the expected weather. Of course, weather is always a little bit unpredictable, but it's good to have an idea what to expect. Because of course, if you're going, for example, into the south of Italy in the middle of August, then you will bring mainly light clothes. But if you are going at the top of a mountain, then probably you will expect a more cold weather. So this is always a good thing to do. Then I do set more or less an amount of things that I think I will need. And generally what I do, I will bring enough clothes for 10 days. And then I will just wash the clothes that I think that I will need for the next days. That's obviously very easy to do in summer because the clothes are generally light and small. It's easy to wash and the weather is good, so they dry fast. And then when it comes to actually decide what clothes I want with me, I follow 3 general principles. They need to be nice and summery. Summer holidays for me are really the opportunity to wear all those clothes that I cannot wear here in Belgium. So I absolutely want my clothes to be light, lovely prints and summery and all these kind of things. But at the same time, they need to be very versatile, which means that I need things that can be easily mixed and match with each other, because of course in this way I can bring less clothes and make more outfits. So in this case, for example, I will prefer to bring with me separates rather than bringing like full dresses or jumpsuits or things like this, because of course there is way less than you can do if you have a one piece kind of outfit. And finally, also in terms of versatility, I also want things that can be easily dressed up and down, because again with the little clothes and a few selected accessories I can create very different outfits that can go both for day and night. And then finally, they need to be practical. So of course we need clothes that can be functional for the activities we are going to do, but also they need to be practical in the terms that they need to function in a luggage. So for example, this will be one of the very few occasions in which I do prioritize synthetic materials rather than natural materials, and that's because they do wrinkle way less, they take very little space. I mean, something like this you can crumple in a very small ball. Of course don't do that because then it will be wrinkly, but it was just to show it. And finally, again, if you are bringing less things, something that is synthetic will be very easily washable because you need less attention, and also will dry super fast. So in this situation, something synthetics will be extremely practical. Okay, so let's talk clothes. In terms of tops, I would bring with me 6 tops. 3 very neutral and plain t-shirts, so either something like this or a proper t-shirt, and I would bring 3 neutral different colors, so for example black, white and beige or blue. And then I would take 3 tops that are a little bit nicer and spicier, so of course my lemon comes with me, I couldn't live without lemons. And then something like these and these, which are very nice, and as I this is a perfect example of what I was saying before. Something like this works perfectly fine for the day, but if you wear it with a nice skirt and heels, they work even better for the night. So it's really, really versatile. So I would also still bring with me 2 dresses, and that's because dresses are, first of all, very summery, they are super nice, and also, let's be honest, they are practical because they are an outfit in and of itself. So when you are just not bothered to think what to put on, a dress is always a good way to go. And I would try to bring like a very beach kind of dress like this one. That goes perfectly well for the beach, but is also okay for like walking around, being in a city, etc. And then I would bring a more elegant dress, just in case, unfortunately you don't see it very well because it's black, but this is a very, very elegant dress, and it's lovely if you have maybe a night out or drinks out with friends, situations like this, or even if you have like a fancier kind of situations. Okay, then in terms of bottom, I chose 3 items. First of all, this skirt, mainly because I love it, but also it can very, very easily dressed up and down, so it works for plenty of situations. And secondly, my shorts, just because I love them and I don't really have that many opportunities to wear them in Belgium. It's too cold for them normally, so I bring them with me on holidays every time I can because I love shorts. And the third one is a pair of long trousers. Now again, it's black, I'm sorry, but I always bring I always bring with me a pair of long trousers, and that's because it's always good to be prepared in case the weather is a little bit chillier, or even if I'm going sightseeing in Italy. In a lot of churches don't let you inside, not only churches actually, if your legs are too naked, so having something long for those kind of occasions is always a good idea. And the reason why I chose this one is that, again, super versatile but also super comfortable, and they are cotton, so they are extremely, extremely breathable, so even if they are long, it's not too much of an annoyance. And then finally, I also decided to bring a cardigan, again black, I'm sorry. And the reason why I chose this one, again, the reason for me is always good to have like a cardigan, or anyway an overtop that is just a little bit thicker in case it's a little bit chilly. It's not rare in the seaside to have like a cold breeze in the evening, so it's nice to have something. And this is again something that can also be worn quite elegantly. It would work very nice, for example, with a dress or with a skirt because of the flare. So again, a very, very versatile piece. And to conclude, I would obviously bring with me a bikini. I actually only have 2 bikinis. This is my favorite, so this is the one that would immediately go in the luggage, and if I see that I have a little bit of extra space, I might consider bringing both of them, but otherwise one for me is actually more than enough. And I also always bring with me I'll say a foulard, again because it's me and I always want to be prepared for any occasions, but also again, as I was saying, in some situations they don't let you in if you have too much skin uncovered. So for example, this could not be okay for a church in Italy, so if you have something like this, it's very easy to pop on your shoulders at necessity without having to bring with you something chunkier like a cardigan that can be annoying. And also I would always bring with me a rain jacket, just because it's a very practical thing to have with you. So in terms of shoes, the first thing I would bring is my flip-flops, because of course it's a beach holiday, so flip-flops are quite useful. I can use them also around the house, and honestly also to do like small errands or small walks, I don't really mind. They are comfortable and nice enough. And then I would bring a pair of very, very comfortable shoes to walk in, and yes, the All-Star are not the most comfortable, but I do always put an insole inside to make them comfortable. And these are especially for days in which it's raining or something, or chillier, or I don't want to have barefoot, but also because if I am going to sightseeing or to do something that actually requires walk a lot, or in Venice you just walk a lot because the entire city is a walk path, so having something that is uncomfortable really doesn't work. So it's important to have a pair of shoes that you can really walk in, and again, if you have them in a very neutral color, that helps because it will work out with everything you have. And then finally I would bring a pair of a more like elegant shoes if I want to have something nicer. Now, depending on what activities I have, I would bring a nicer flat sandal like this one, or if I have a very elegant situation, again like a wedding, this is not uncommon, I would bring like a nice pair of heels. Speaking of bags, I would obviously have my normal carry-on bag, and I always bring with me a very small foldable bag that is useful for groceries or for go to the beach if I need it. But as like my personal bag, I would always bring a Speedy if possible, because it takes a lot and it's crossbody, and also if for whatever reason I have to put it into my bag, these become flat. It's done on purpose, so don't freak out, and that makes it a very practical and versatile bag. But if I can't bring that, then I would bring a very small bag like this, just so that I can have like my valuables always at hand during the the airport or discount situation. Plus it's a very nice bag. So this is an overview of my toiletry. So as you can see, it is quite minimal and also quite sustainable, which I'm very proud of. But toiletry is the area of my life in which I'm making the biggest progress, and that's just because these are all things that you run out much quicker than clothes. So of course it's faster to replace with more sustainable option than clothes or other areas of your life. So that's just the reason. But as you can see, there are plenty of non-sustainable things. So I have my bamboo toothbrush. The reason why it's black is that I am using this toothpaste, which is in charcoal, so it's black. And the great thing about this toothpaste is that it is actually powder, so it doesn't count in the liquid count, which is fantastic. Also, this is very big, but I would probably move part of the product, the part that I need, in a smaller container. And this is my dental floss. Really love it. It's super minty, super nice, and it's super small, which makes it very easy to travel with. Very ancient pin with a couple of other pins, and my hairband made of scrap fabric. This is my natural and organic hairbrush, which comes with its own little pouch. How lovely. This is my deodorant. That's one of the most annoying things to bring, because it's quite large and it's glass, but the deodorant itself is fantastic, so no real big complaints. Here we have the majority of my makeup. As you can see, is very small, and this is actually something that my boyfriend found in a magazine, and he gave it to me because of course he doesn't use it. And these are like small how you can see, like travel sizes, that sample sizes that have been given during the years as homage, things like this. I am actually trying to be ready and say no to these kind of things when they propose them to me, because they can be quite wasteful, because a lot of resources going into these small packages and there is not that much product. And also a lot of times they give you things that they are not really good for you, so you will end up throwing them away, and this is really unsustainable. So I am trying to say no, but when I have them, or the one that I have in the past, I always keep in case of traveling. And this is my soap. I do have a solid soap for my body and my clothes. As I said, I do wash them during the traveling, but I don't have one for my hair because I don't find one that I like. So I normally just put some hair shampoo in one of these, like a small container. And at the moment I have this as a cleanser. Again, this was an homage, so I have it, I'm using it, but otherwise I would do the same as with the shampoo and just put whatever I'm using to clean my face on this. And this is like the thing that I use to remove my makeup with.
And to conclude, this is a very unfancy pouch in which I put everything. I honestly do not understand why I should buy anything fancier. So I kept this that we bought out of necessity in Portugal 3 years ago, and I am still using. As you can see, this was originally a food container, but that's also a good trick for you. If you have anything like this that is transparent, or we always end up getting this kind of bags, always keep them. They can be useful not only for makeup, but they can be useful if you have bigger ones for shoes. They can be useful for dirty clothes, etc, etc, etc. So this is the overview of what I have in my personal bag. Again, very minimal. So starting from the top, I always have with me a small foldable bag because it can always be handy, and this allows me to say no to plastic bags. And yes, this is plastic, but it's super, super old, still very functional and very practical, still works. So I don't see why I should throw this away to buy something more sustainable. That would be a sustainability nonsense. So I will keep this. And then we have my sunglasses. These are graduated and very much a necessity for me, and this is a pouch that we found who knows where. This is my water bottle, and in case you are looking for one, I will not recommend specifically this one because I have no idea of how ethically it is made, but the size is perfect. It's the half a liter size, and it is more boxy than narrow and tall like the majority of the water bottle, and this fits in any bag, so incredibly handy. Of course, my wallet with my ID inside, this is kind of useful. My Kindle and my MP3. I love the Kindle because you can hold so many books inside with very little space, so it's perfect for traveling. And yes, I do still have an MP3 because I do rather keep the charge of my phone for necessity when I'm traveling. And a necessity of the moment is the mask. I do keep it in a plastic bag so that it basically doesn't touch anything dirty, and a plastic bag is again something that I don't even remember where I found it, but I always keep them because, as you can see, they're handy.
And that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will be able to go on holidays. I know that this is not easy in this period, and especially if you're in the same situation as me, in which you were stuck in a different country during the quarantine. I really hope that you will be able to go back to your families during this summer, because let's be honest, being separated in this kind of situation quite sucks. So I hope you're all well and fine, and until next time, bye!